I think he loosens up a bit at the beginning because he's happy for the first time in the entire series. But also, you know, having a baby and getting married, it makes you older. It makes you harder in some ways. You got to deal with commitment and genuine relationships. It was very stressful, and it was a very long shoot as well. I mean, I think it was harder for Kristen because she had such different characters in each one. But yeah, it was very confusing some days when we were doing this first one in the morning and the second one in the afternoon. It was a strange experience. I mean, I think all three scenes, they're such eventful scenes for every single person who's read any of the books. And it's just so surreal doing things. There's so much expectation laden upon them by everyone, any single person who's read these books has imagined these scenes and what they look like and how Bella and Ed would act. And playing them out after doing these three movies and seeing the craziness that ensued since we started the series, it's very, very surreal doing it. Ooh. You realize how hard it is. It's just, I mean, from the first movie, I mean, no one had any idea what we were doing. I mean, it was a small budget movie. It was an indie, basically. And to see something explode so quickly and to be able to do 4 more movies of the same series so close together and for them all to be successful, it's kind of amazing because it was all a grassroots movement. It's all been driven by like, all these people who waited out in the cold and stuff. So, but I mean, I didn't expect it in any country. But Germany somehow manages to get absolutely huge events. I haven't done bigger events anywhere else. Like in Munich a few years ago, it was absolutely insane. I mean, it feels like we've been at school. I mean, and then now you're leaving and you have no idea really what's going to come next. So it's kind of exciting, kind of scary at the same time.
I mean, this is unbelievable. I was here a couple of years ago, so I expected a lot, but this is more than I expected, to be honest. It amazes me. Every time I step out on this carpet and see the fans, it continues to blow my mind. I mean, we really do have the best fans in the world, and it's great to be back and experience this in Berlin. I mean, it's coming to an end, but no, I'm very excited that we have another one to come. We're very proud of the last 2 movies, and I think the fans are going to be pleased with them both. I mean, what I had to do for this role was specific to this role, and because I loved it, and because I love this franchise, and it required a lot of work. But now that I'm done, yeah, I've always played sports, I've always stayed active, so I'll continue that, but it's a little different than the Jacob Black body. I mean, Jacob goes through a lot in this movie, he really does. The one thing he's always wanted, to end up with Bella, it's not happening anymore. She gets married, she's going off on her honeymoon, and he really does a lot of growing up in this movie. He has to make a lot of difficult decisions. He splits from his wolf pack. It's really an emotional roller coaster for Jacob, and I can't wait for the fans to see it.
You know what's exciting about this movie is that so much happens in it. You know, they get married, they go on their honeymoon, they have a baby. Bella, I don't want to give too much more away, but you know, if you read the book, you know a lot of other things happen. So it was like everything had been leading up to this point, and now you got to do the movie where everything you've been waiting for gets to happen. It feels thrilling. I got to say, the best part of it is seeing it with fans. And tonight, they're going to be fans who have been waiting here who come into the screenings. So that, to me, it's like there's such a like a connection between the fans and these movies. I can't wait to see how that plays in Germany. Oh my God, it's brilliant. I mean, this is the most urban of the premieres we've had, you know, and this whole development is spectacular. I was at the Berlin Film Festival a few years ago. We got to spend a lot of time here, so it's thrilling to come back. You know, we just had one movie of many, but tonight to take over this place, it's astonishing. There's just, I mean, because you see other movies that have tried to do it, and there's a certain kind of connection between them and the parts and this incredible charisma and talent that they have that I think has carried everybody into the movies.
Well, it feels great right now. It's hard not to, but we have another movie to finish, so we've got to go back after this and immediately start editing movie number 2 and working on the visual effects for that. I'd say that maybe a year from now I'll be bittersweet about it, but right now I'm feeling great. I think what's really special about what they've done is their commitment. The commitment to playing these characters, you know, forces you to really dig deep into the books and really understand Bella, Edward, and Jacob. And Kristen and Rob and Taylor have given everything they have to these characters over the course of, you know, 5 movies. We made 5 movies in 3 years, and that is that combined with all of the press you do around the movies, it pretty much takes over your life, and it takes a certain kind of actor that's willing to do that, and the guys have been great.